Good evening. This is CTV News for Tuesday, August 11th. I'm Gina Barty.
And I'm Patricia Valone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, dozens of residents came out to a forum last night demanding that Laurel Regional Hospital stay open. Dimensions healthcare system recently announced plans to close the hospital and turn it into an ambulatory care center by 2018. CTV's Sonia Srivastava has the story.
It was standing room only as residents packed the Laurel Municipal Center last night for a forum.
There's no reason why this city shouldn't have that hospital.
Do we need a stripped-down surgical facility, no matter how pretty it is, for $25 million of my money? No, I don't think so.
On July 31st, the Dimensions Healthcare Board of Directors announced plans to close Laurel Regional Hospital and turn it into an ambulatory center. The hospital, which has struggled for the past few years with low patient volume, is no longer profitable, and that's the reason Dimensions says it wants to spend $24 million and turn it into an outpatient facility, which would still provide emergency and diagnostic services.
If you drive up and down Route 1, you have urgent care facilities, you have orthopedic surgery, you have all sorts of same-day surgery facilities. So excuse me, what, is our $25 million buying us again?
Many of the community members expressed concern over being left out of the conversation altogether.
George's Hospital, which is a building that's almost 100 years old, is being considered to be torn down and a new facility built in Largo, which is even further away from us.
The state needs to hear our concerns. The state needs to provide additional funds to keep this hospital open if that's what it will take.
Dr. Habib Bouta has been a surgeon at Laurel Hospital for the last 35 years and says he was totally caught off guard.
It was shocking to us. That was sudden news that we never could figure out that suddenly where did they come from.
Many have argued that the hospital is no longer competitive, looking at some of the other facilities in the area.
You have to compete. That's the main thing. Without competing, you are not going to get nowhere. Level of care is as good on the surgeon, is as good, if not best, in this area.
Now, this forum was expected to take place at a community center, but the city of Laurel posted something on their Facebook page, and officials tell us that the response was so great that they had to change the venue to accommodate all of the people that were coming. In Laurel, Sonia Srivastava for CTV News.
A representative from Dimensions was present at the forum and told us she was there only in a listening capacity. We're told the Dimensions board has sent a letter to Mayor Craig Moe asking for a meeting.
Well, they glide across water, fly in the air, and even go underwater. Jetpack vessels have arrived in Maryland, and they are now subject to regulation. This is the Jetovator. Another brand name is Flyboard. The watercraft can thrust riders 30 feet in the air and plunge 20 plus feet below the surface. The state's Department of Environmental Resources has enacted emergency regulations aimed at safety.
You actually put a 25-pound jetpack on your back, and that's what propels you in the air. And anything could possibly go wrong if you get too close to a dock or a pier and lose power. That's what we don't want to see happen, is people getting injured. So far, we're keeping our fingers crossed. We haven't had any incidences.
Also, you must be at least 14 years old in order to operate the jetpack.
Maryland's gaming industry brings in more than $1 billion in taxes for fiscal year 2015. Now, according to an agency report, this is the first time the state's casino and lottery system reached this mark. The lottery generated $525 million, while casinos brought in $487 million in taxes alone. The state's 5 gaming clubs produced $1.4 billion in revenue. More than $9 million of that went to small, minority, and women-owned businesses. Well, imagine opening your water bill and finding out that you owe nearly $8,000 to the Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission. According to WJLA, that's what happened to a Lanham woman. Renata Wallace says she doesn't use a lot of water. She lives by herself, doesn't cook, and only takes 2 showers a day, which is why her bills usually average around $100 quarterly. Now, Wallace thought the bill was a mistake. However, the company says it's accurate. WSSC is offering to adjust her bill, but by only 50%. Wallace can dispute the charges, which she has not done yet.
A White House staffer is arrested for taking an officer's gun and firing it. 37-year-old Barvita Singletary of Upper Marlboro is charged with assault and reckless endangerment. Investigators say the incident happened last Friday when Singletary and the victim, a U.S. Capitol police officer, got into an argument. The suspect allegedly took the victim's weapon and shot 1 round, striking the floor. Singletary is now released on a $17,000 bond. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Gina Bartine.
And I'm Patricia Vallone.